On today's 190 North, 80s singing superstar Rick Springfield on the comeback trail.
Oh, ladies, and a couple of gentlemen, here is Rick Springfield!
This is a cage that I built. Why I built it, I don't know. It's bars made of anger and guilt. No lock, but somehow it just wouldn't let me go. All hail the messenger of love. I got your message loud and clear. Now I'm ready to reveal all the things that before I could never say. When we are one, I am complete, and I'm undone. I will be healed in your eyes. Had to close a door in my life for another one to open so I could go through. Oh, I had no guiding light and no sign. Somehow it still led me to you. I learned a lesson here in love, and it's ringing loud and clear. Now I'm ready to be healed, and you can't keep me away. I'm free. When we are one, I am complete. I'm free. And I'm undone. I will be healed in your eyes.
Hey, Rick, can back you up there? Oh, boy. Rick, I'm excited just as the audience. It's about the third time that I've had a chance to talk to you in your career, and this is great that you come on 190.
I'm still here.
You're still here. The fans here in our audience, I gotta tell you, we did not have to advertise for people to come down. You've got people from Oregon and California and Ohio out there. Do they follow you everywhere?
There's some, yeah.
So you just sang a song from the new album, and that is the first one in how long?
First album since '98, yeah. Since '88.
Since '88? It's been that long?
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Raising boys and my kids, and writing and, doing other things. It kept me kind of concealed. I just started a kind of a concerted effort to start touring again and getting out recently. So that's really been the thrust, of why I guess I'm suddenly become more noticed.
What, your teenage boys said, Dad, get out of the house?
No, my wife did.
Well, you're going to do some more acting, too, right?
Yeah, I've just started to get back into that, and the way we're touring is we're going out for weekends and going back home so that, because we all have families, so going back. So it's really a great way to keep the show fresh, too. I mean, in the 80s, when I do 60 shows, I'd be completely and utterly burned out and just want to get home. Now, we've done about 120 this year, and I don't feel like, it doesn't feel like it to me. It's been really great, and the reaction's been great.
Has it changed out there in the last few years?
Yeah, it's gotten a lot,
It's almost, the energy is almost a lot better. It's very much more centered, and people are there for the right reasons, just to have a great time and to celebrate with the music. And that's, I guess that's what was happening before, but sometimes the frenzy would be a little, I mean, I could lose an arm, you know, now I can wade into the crowd and it's not a big deal.
They're everywhere. Why do you think you have such loyal fans? Why do you think they have stuck with you year after year after year, even if you haven't been recording and out there?
I think, I mean, I hope it's because of the music, but I'm sure everyone has their own particular reasons. I can't believe my dimples kept people around for this long, so, you know, I mean, I think the music that I wrote back when everybody was much younger, I think as they've gotten older, I mean, I was older when I wrote the music than most of my audience. So I was writing about things that were touching me at the time in my like early 30s, and as now as everyone's gotten into the late 20s, early 30s, I think they're seeing more in the music than initially was just, you know, initially the reaction when they were kids. I mean, you know, like the song I wrote about my dad, when my dad died, most of my audience hadn't lost a parent at that point when I wrote it in 1982. So now, you know, more and more people are losing parents as they get older, of course, and they touch on certain songs that now mean things to them, you know, because I was writing, although I was considered a teen actor at the time, I was writing about what was happening with me, and I would couch it, you know, in maybe a love song, but it would have another meaning. I think as some of the people have gotten older and their lives have changed, they've understood the music on a deeper level.
All right, we're going to take a break right
Either
now.
that or it's a dimple.
Or it is a dimple. That's gotta be. No, it's everything. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. More with Rick Springfield. You stay with us here on 190 North. Rick, we just talked about the new CD a few minutes ago. It's Karma. It is out now, the first in 11 years. Talking about why you write songs, what are the songs on this, and what do they mean to you?
Just a bunch of songs that I thought. No, actually, they're all relationship songs. Lots happened, obviously, over the last, for me anyway, over the last 10 years, and it's been births and deaths and divorces and relationships, and it's basically, the album's about that. It's about people I've known and things that have happened to me, and my take on that. There's a song about a girl that I met who was a victim of incest and was struggling real hard to get out of it, and it was really, and it moved me really, really deeply. And I was very concerned about writing that song because I didn't want to appear like I didn't know, you know, I was just kind of sensationalizing it. But I've heard from people that that happened to, that the song said something to them, which is the best thing that I can hear as a writer. You know, I try not to preach. Sometimes I get a bit too preachy, and I try very hard not to preach. I mean, basically, it's just my philosophy, and it hits a chord with some people, you know, that are on the, I think, similar path as me.
You had a wacky kind of growing up period, didn't you? You were all over the place. You were born in Australia. Maybe, yeah. I know your fans know that. Maybe some people out there don't know it because you certainly don't have an accent. But you were an Army brat, right?
Yeah, I grew up on Army bases in Australia and also in England. We lived in England when I was a young lad. And,
when did you first pick up a guitar?
In England, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I discovered music and girls in England, so... And I was very fortunate because it was a great music scene in England at the time, and I discovered right away what I wanted to do. I found I could combine the two.
What was the girls in music?
Very compatible.
What were some of the names of the bands that you were in?
Oh.
Come on, tell me.
The Zoot was a well-known... Is there some of the Zoot album there?
The Zoot?
There's someone got a, I thought someone had a, someone shows up. People show up with the Zoot album. This old album. It was a teen band in Australia, and we were very popular in Australia, but it never made it overseas. And I went to Vietnam with a band called MPD in 1969. I was in Vietnam for 3 months touring the fire bases. That was a very interesting experience.
Well, now, what did NPD stand for? Or can you say that?
Mike, Pete, and Danny, actually. It was the 3 guys that formed the original band.
What about the other one? It was what? Wickety Whack?
Wickety Whack. Yes, we don't talk about that one. That wasn't my choice of a name. It was really the first beginning. It was a band I formed in Brisbane, which is up north of Australia, and it was the first time I really kind of got some publicity, you know, and I'd pick up the music paper and see my photo in it, and it was the first time I remember seeing that and kind of going, wow, I wonder if this is going to go anywhere, kind of thing, you know.
So many people, and not your fans, but so many people who hear the name Rick Springfield, of course, think of Dr. Noah Drake and think that's where you actually got your start in the business. But you had your hit single, didn't you, in Australia? Or
yeah, it was a hit over here, actually. In 1972, when I first came over, Speak to the Sky was a hit over here, a top 10 single. And then I disappeared, which I have done from time to time in my career.
But you are back with
Yeah,
Karma.
I meant to have a long career. I've always wanted to have a long career. People like Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby who diversified and had their valleys and peaks, and I certainly have just gone through another valley, and it's great to be kind of climbing up again, you know. I feel, but even from the beginning, I knew that if I wanted a long career, it had to have that in it. So it's nothing that concerns me. It's just part of the journey, you know.
And you are a fan of Tony Bennett's, aren't you?
I am actually a very big fan of Tony Bennett. So
Okay, if you saw the 1984 movie that
was
he did,
I was acting in that, pretending I didn't like him.
All right.
I like him very much.
Will you do another song for us?
Yeah, we'll do. If you're not going to be into it, no. Yeah, this is a song off Karma called Ordinary Girl. And we're just doing I mean, my songs don't necessarily, some of the up-tempo ones don't necessarily lend themselves to guitar and keyboard interpretations, but we'll give it a shot.
We'll take what we can get, okay? All right, Rick Springfield. Here we go.
I see her there in a plain print dress and her fading youth. Something about her opens up my soul. Something about her speaks the truth. When the sky is falling, she makes the world go away, baby. And I tell the truth. There's a plainness and a sameness to a touch, oh yeah. And it's beautiful. I love an ordinary girl. Oh, she's just an ordinary girl. I say I love you, I know it's an ordinary sound. We make love in our ordinary house. Yeah, it's built on solid ground. It's gotta keep on. We go out walking on a Friday night in ordinary town. There's a plainness and a sameness to it all. Oh yeah, and it's beautiful. I love an ordinary girl. Yes, she's just an ordinary